what is the one spy trick you would teach everyone that they can use to improve their life instantly? Now, you already mentioned quite a few, but what else could jump to mind?
My go-to answer for this has not really changed much over the last few years. So the most important spy trick to change everything immediately is something called perception versus perspective. We all look at the world through our own perception. My dad used to tell me, my stepdad used to tell me that perception is reality. And I was arguing this with him when I was 14 years old. I told you so, Dad, you're still wrong.
Yeah.
But perception is your interpretation of the world around you, but it's unique only to you. There's no advantage in your perception. That's why so many people find themselves arguing all the time, trying to convince other people of their own perception. The way that you win any argument, the way that you get ahead in your career, the way that you outsell or outrace anybody is when you move off of perception and move into perspective. Perspective is the act or the art of observing the world from outside of yourself, whether that's outside of yourself as like an entity just observing in a third from a different point of view, or even more powerful, you sit in the shoes, you sit in the seat of the person opposite you, and you think to yourself, what is their life like? What do they feel right now? Are they comfortable? Are they uncomfortable? Are they afraid? Are they scared? What's the stressor that they woke up to this morning? What's the stressor that they're going to go to sleep with tonight? When you shift places and get out of your own perception and into someone else's perspective, now you're thinking like them, which is giving you an informational advantage. But you know what they're all doing? Everyone else out there is trapped in their own perception, not thinking about a different perspective. So immediately you have superior information, superior positioning. You have an advantage that they don't have. And if you do that to your boss, it's going to change your career. If you do that to your spouse, it's going to change your marriage. If you do that to your kids, it's going to change your family legacy because nobody else out there is doing it.
It's so interesting how difficult empathy is for people and how powerful it is, especially for like you said, with spouse, like intimacy.
Yeah.
Like stepping outside of yourself and really putting yourself in the shoes of the other person, considering how they see the world. And that's I really enjoy that. Because how does that exactly lead to connection? I think when you start to understand the way the other person sees the world, you start to enjoy the world through their eyes, and you start to be able to share, in terms of intimacy, share the beauty that they see together, because you understand their perspective, and somehow you converge as well. Of course, that allows you to gather information better and all that kind of stuff, and like that allows you to work together better, to share in all different kinds of ways. But for intimacy, that's a really powerful thing, and also for actually like people you really disagree with, or people on the internet you disagree with, and so on. I find empathy is such a powerful way to resolve any tensions there. Even like people like trolls or all that kind of stuff, I don't deride them. I just kind of put myself in their shoes, and it becomes like an enjoyable camaraderie with that person.
So I want to draw a pretty hard line between perspective and empathy, because empathy is frankly an overused term by people who don't really know what they're saying sometimes. I think you know what you're saying, but the vast majority of people listening...
I would argue that, but that's fine.
As soon as you say empathy, they're going to just be like, oh yeah, I know, I've heard this 1,000 times.
Yes.
Empathy is about feeling what other people feel. Or understand.
Feeling, would you say?
Yeah, it's about feelings. It's about understanding someone else's feelings. Feeling, it's not the same as sympathy where you feel their feelings. Empathy is about recognizing that they have feelings and recognizing that their feelings are valid. Perspective is more than just feelings. It's about the brain. It's about the pink matter on the left side and the right side of the brain. Yes, I care about feelings. And this goes directly to your point about connection. Yes, I care about feelings, but I also care about objectives. What is your life? What is your aspirational goal? What was it like to grow up as you?
Yeah.
What was it like to experience this? And how did this shape your opinion on that? And, what is it that you're going to do next? More than just feelings, actual tactical actions. And that's That becomes extremely valuable in the operational world, because if you can get into someone's head, left brain and right brain, feelings and logic, you can start anticipating what actions they're going to take next. You can direct the actions that they're going to take next because you're basically telling them the story that's in their own head. When it comes to relationships and personal connection, we talked about it earlier. The thing that people want the most is community. They want someone else who understands them. They want to be with people. They don't want to be alone. The more you practice perspective, empathy or no empathy, the more you just validate that a person is there. I am in this time and space with you in this moment. Feelings aside, right? That is powerful. That is intimate. And whether you're talking about lovers or whether you're talking about a business exchange or whether you're talking about collaborators in a crime, I'm here with you, ride or die. Let's do it. If you like this short clip, make sure you click here to see the next clip or here to see the full podcast episode.
Freedom! So fresh, so new. Freedom!